After Jacob stole his brother's inheritance, he was scared. He ran away and went to live with his uncle Laban in Haran. Laban tricked Jacob into marrying his daughter Leah, but eventually gave him his other daughter, Rachel, who Jacob wanted to marry all along. Jacob got richer, and his family got larger. As time came for Jacob to leave his uncle's land, he took all his family and belongings and started to travel. Jacob's travels took him close to the land of his brother Esau. Though it had been years since he had seen Esau, he was still very afraid. Jacob sent his servants ahead to let his brother know he was coming in peace. Esau came with 400 men, and that terrified Jacob. Jacob prepared some gifts to send ahead to his brother. He also asked Leah and her children to go ahead while he followed. Jacob was still very scared and decided to spend the night alone while he was preparing and waiting to meet his brother Esau. That night, as he was alone, Jacob saw a figure emerge from the dark. His fears gripped him. Could this be Esau? Was Esau now trying to murder him in this lonely wilderness in the dark of night? Jacob was not going to let himself be harmed, so he decided to go on the attack. He rushed toward the man, knocking him to the ground. He was determined to find out who this man was. He would wrestle this man as if his life depended upon it. The fight began. It was an even match, and they wrestled for hours. Neither man could defeat the other. As the fight wore on, Jacob realized that he was not fighting with Esau. In fact, he wasn't sure who this stranger was, but he knew that this wasn't an ordinary man. The light began to break, and the stranger asked Jacob to let him go, but Jacob refused and wanted to know the stranger's name. Finally, to end the fight, the stranger simply touched Jacob's hip socket. Immediately, Jacob felt his leg weaken as his hip shifted out of joint. Even though he tried to wrestle, he knew that he couldn't win. "Now, let me go," the man said to Jacob. "It's morning." But Jacob knew that this was no ordinary man. This was a messenger of God. In spite of his pain, Jacob had a hold of him. "I won't let you go unless you bless me," Jacob said. "What is your name?" the man asked. "Jacob." Then the man blessed him. "Your name is now Israel. You have fought with God and men, and you were victorious." Something very special had just happened to Jacob. The sun rose gently in the sky as Jacob returned to see his family and face Esau. Jacob was a changed man. He walked with a limp, but he had a new name, a new identity. God had given Jacob a promise, and he would keep it.